How can I be sure that I've plugged a device into a USB 3 port? I have a number of USB ports on my computer, some USB 2 and some USB 3. I want to plug a device into a USB 3 port. Unfortunately, they're all black, so I can't use the usual USB 3.0 ports, a blue rule of thumb. This is a Linux box, so is there any way to know if I've plugged the device into a USB 3 port, maybe using some command line utility or by inspecting some kernel messages?
Perhaps even try using LSUSBT. The first conversion chart will help you determine the USB version. Take a look at this link for more examples. As at Marku and at Matthew noted, the currently accepted answer, LSUSBD, has the potential to be misleading, since it lists the speeds which are supported by the device, not the actual speed. Or, at least I couldn't use its output to find current device speed. Does it matter whether it's a USB 3 port if it doesn't negotiate USB 3 speeds? Looking at the actual speed on a Linux box is a bit of an hassle. LSUSB doesn't seem to offer, right now, a solution out of the box. That's what I found to be working. First, list all your connected devices and hubs to identify your device. In my case, I'm looking at the speed for my external WD MyBook disk. Hence the interesting line is but it seems that the bus 001 device 004 part isn't useful to us in order to find the current device speed. Instead, we need the two separated numbers 1058:25E, the vendor ID and product ID for such device. You should now check the /sys/devices directory for the contents of the ID vendor file, looking for the vendor ID from above. Replace 1058 with your own vendor ID. Now take the output path above here and replace ID vendor with speed and look at its contents. This way you're discovering a 480 MB/s USB 2.0 connection. If you've got multiple connected devices, you may check ID product contents as well. If you've got multiple identical devices, look for the contents of serial as well.
My experience is that the LSUSBD command can be misleading if it reports capabilities not currently enabled by the type of jack into which your device is plugged. See below example of filtered output. The entire output of sudo LSUSBD $USB_device_path was 80+ lines. In this example, I deduce just 3.00 should imply device can operate at superspeed 5 GB/s, though that line was still present when I plugged in my drive to a USB 2 jack for comparison. Note also that the ID product line contains some advisory/marketing text about 6 GB/s which should not be interpreted as an attainable speed. Alternate short command that might be more useful.
If you want to find out the actual speed of the connection, as opposed to the capacities reported by SUS, you can read the speed files from /sys/devices. Assuming you can connect and disconnect the device freely, you can use the following script to make the process semi-automatic. Another script to get a full list is described below. Unplug the device. Start the script. It will ask to connect the device and press enter. Connect the device. Press enter. The script reports the corresponding connection speed. Or, here are the possible speeds in Mbit/s. If you prefer to have an overview of all devices and according speeds, you can use the following script. I call it use speed list. By default it will output the devices in the order they are found in /sys/devices. If you want to sort them by speed, you can combine it with sort n. Here the keyboard is connected at a very low speed, 1.5, which is normal, and the USB hard disk dock at a P6 bridge controller is connected at 5000 Mbit/s. Another way to list the devices and their speed is the USB devices script provided by useutils and installed by default by some distributions. It is more generic but also very verbose. It reports the speed on the first line of the device description. Make sure that you use a recent version. The version provided with Ubuntu 22.04 does not list all devices.
If you want to support the channel, please consider subscribing.